All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello, this is Daniel Barrett here. As always, your motivated seller lead generation guy, whatever you want to call it. Look, if you ever want to talk to somebody about ramping up your online marketing for motivated seller, it's motivatedsellerleads.com. Motivatedsellerleads.com. You can go there, grab a time to speak with my team. Now, let's talk about this. So I literally have the domain. I just said it. Motivatedsellerleads.com. Okay. Generating motivated seller leads online is what I do. And it occurred to me yesterday, I was having a conversation with this wonderful young real estate investor who was recently on my podcast. And we were talking about motivated sellers. And it occurred to me, I had never really thought about the term, the phrase, motivated seller. It was really weird to think about because my whole business is based around the idea of motivation levels and finding motivated sellers, and all my clients want motivated seller leads, and these leads are either motivated or not motivated enough. And yeah, I talk about it all the time. I had never really thought about it. This phrase that we all use, motivated seller. And I was talking to this investor, and we were talking about relationships. We were talking about, hey, like the reality is, if you are a real estate investor right now in any market, you are up against it, right? You are up against a lot of competition. There's other investors, there's more of us than ever, right? Then you've got Trulia and Zillow and Open Door, and these people are moving directly in the investment market. Then you've got hedge funds. Then you've got realtors and real estate agents, right? You got for sale by owner. There's a lot of competition. It's a lot of competition going for these exact same people, these motivated sellers. And we're talking about, hey, like we haven't even gotten into artificial intelligence and what artificial intelligence is going to do, right? It's going to be a very different landscape moving forward. And this investor I was interviewing is saying, the thing that you can never do with artificial intelligence, the thing you can't really do at scale if you're a hedge fund or you're a Zillow or Trulia, the advantage that the individual investor has is the ability to form a bond, a human connection, a relationship with the seller. And it got me thinking about motivated sellers. It got me thinking about motivation, because what is a motivated seller really? A motivated seller is a human being that's in a bad situation. It is a person in pain. That's why they're motivated, right? No one's motivated because they think they're going to make a ton of money, right? That doesn't make you motivated in the sense that investors want their leads motivated. No, motivated means you're willing to give something up to make the pain stop. And the pain has to be pretty bad. The discomfort, the inconvenience, the bad memories, the financial distress, it's got to be pretty bad for them to want to give it up. They give up leverage. They give up power to you. That's what a motivated seller really is. When we say motivated sellers, we mean people in pain. And that flipped it for me in a very real way. Because I have talked a lot here about the future of real estate marketing. I've talked a lot about how you can use different marketing channels to get more motivated seller leads. Like I said, it's all my team does all day, every day. We've worked with hundreds of investors at this point. It's all we do. But the thing that's going to be there 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, that isn't going to change, is that when someone in pain calls you up, you can hear them, you can treat them with dignity, you can treat them with respect, and you can help them. And Trulia and Zillow and hedge funds and AI, none of them are going to do that. None of them can do that. You can do that. Only you can do that. And when you do that, when you switch from thinking of them as motivated sellers to thinking of them as people who need your help, all of a sudden, the meetings and the calls and the deals, it gets a lot easier. And people choose you over better offers. And they choose you over bigger brands. They choose you because you are the one who saw them as a person instead of just as a motivated seller. That was a big moment for me. And I'm really grateful I had that moment. And I hope that you have that moment too. As always, Daniel Barrett here. You ever want to talk about ramping up your marketing in your real estate investing market? This is the place to do it. MotivatedSellerLeads.com. That's all what we do all day, every day. I'll be talking to you soon. Cheers.